What is up, YouTube? Branden here from Team Dreadnought, bringing you another Aqua Force deck profile. This time it is the Roaring Ripple deck, using Thundering Ripple Genovious. So the starter is Starting Ripple Alex. You know, it's a ride chain deck, so you're going to use the starter of the ride chain. For those who don't know, when you ride the grade, it's the generic effect. When you ride the grade 1, you check the top 7 to add the grade 2 or grade 3 to your hand. Next we have boss of the deck, and arguably one of the best Aqua Force cards they have right now, Thundering Ripple Genovious. He's 10k, 11k when you have the grade 2 in Soul. For those of you who don't know his limit break, it's Counterblast 2 and Persona Blast. When after it attacks with Vanguard, you pay the cost if you do, and you have 3 in the front row rested, stand all of your Aqua Force rear cards. So it's a pretty devastating deck. It can put on top of Transport over and over again. It can really do a lot of damage and really just pressure your opponent and make him waste his hand. Because if he knows you have Genovious in hand, or you know that constant fear of Genovious being in there, they're going to change their guarding habits and maybe let more rear guards die or let more attacks through, so they have enough to guard that that limit break stand. In grade 3s we have 4 Blue Flight Dragon Transport Dragons, the Break Ride. Some people just tend to go 2 Break Ride, 2 Benedict. I go the 4 Break Ride mainly because I want to keep break riding over and over again, just as much as I can, just ride Transcore over Transcore. And once I've rode Transcore all the time, my opponent's really just used up all his guard, then I ride Genovious and then activate the limit break and just go from there. So, start the grade 2s. We have 4 of the Ride Chain, Rising Ripple Pavroth, arguably one of the best grade 2s of a Ride Chain. This is bias and just pure proven fact. When it attacks, it's at a 10k when you have Silent Ripple Cerrito in the Soul. That's the grade 1, and when it attacks, it's a Vanguard. Choose one of your rested Aqua Force, it stands it, and it gets power plus 3,000 till the end of turn. So this card is what the Ripple Rush is derived off of, where you just call, Twin Strike, or you call, a Lazarus, you attack with that, then you attack with the Vanguard. Whether you get a trigger or not, if it hits, you're standing that rear guard. So this card allows you to do a lot of damage on turn 2, and it turns Genovious into an 11k. So very good card. I like it in the deck, and it's really what makes this deck function.
A bunch of 2s.
Next we have 4 Tier Knight Lazarus, just a good 10k attacker. Solid in case you have to, if you miss Rising Ripple, you can ride Lazarus, if you miss the chain. Otherwise, he's a good solid attacker. Attacking, with an 18k column twice will probably do a lot of damage to your opponent if they're crossroad that's forcing, 20 guard from 1 column. So it works pretty well, and I like this deck. Some people tend to use other cards. I like Lazarus in this deck mainly because I chose it. I just like the solid 10k body. Then to round out the grade 3s, we have 3 Twin Strike Brave Shooters. 12k attacker, put Theo behind him, that's, a 20k column. Attack with that twice. That's 20k to either a rear guard or 20k to a Vanguard twice. If they had a 10k Vanguard, you won't see much of those around, but if they are, you're going to be hitting, they're going to be forcing a 15k guard out of both times. So that's going to be a 30 total guard unless they let it through. Which, either way, you're either doing them damage or you're taking 30k out of their hand. So that's if they're at a 10k. If they're at an 11k, it's easier, it's 20k guard. But it's still, a very good combination, him with an 8k. And it's a 20k column. Next we have the grade 1 Silent Ripple Cerrito. He has an effect as well. When you have Alex in the Soul, he's a 8k. And if you ride any other card besides Rising Ripple Pavroth, you check the top 7 to ride Pavroth. So this deck has built-in failsafes to help you fix the ride chain. But you have to hit the grade, hit him. So you have to have the grade 0 in the Soul. So this deck has a good amount of failsafes so you can hit the ride chain. Next we got 4 Perfect Shields, Emerald Pashkal. Just a Perfect Shield, good to have with so many strong effects running around. Solid AK booster, Tier Knight Theo. Just a simple AK booster, that's what you need. Makes the deck function, hits Genovious at 19, which puts a lot of attacks. Hits Twin Strike to 20, hits Transport at 21. So, when transferring the Vanguard, hits Transport at 21. So, it's a good card to have. Solid AK booster. Since they're not in a sub-clan yet, you can still run them. Next round out, just 2 10k boosters. You know, put Genovious at 21 when he attacks. So, you know, it's just that good. Just put Genovious at 21, so they have to guard that much more. Or put Transport at 23, which forces, you know, 20 guards out of cross rides. So, she's still good in this deck, considering how this deck still has to run where you have to have a fully rested front row, so you'll always hit your 3rd attack. Next we have
I like my discard
4 heal,
card only at 2.
8 draw, because you want to draw into those Genoviouses as much as you can. And different from my Revan deck, this deck runs 8 crits. I would run 6 crit, 6 draw, but we don't have the Margot Clone just yet.
I would max that card
So, 8 crits. 4 of the damage on Flipper, just so... Genovious has a counterblast too, so it gets pretty heavy. So just pop him into the soul, and just give yourself some extra counterblast with Genovious. And the other one is just a vanilla crit trigger. So that's my Genovious deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to message the page, just leave a comment. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.